Hello, my name is Tahib and I will be debating the cons to privatising public utilities, public services, alongside both Aidan and Patrick. We'll be discussing key terms such as why privatisation in general is not great, it's bad, how it impacted the UK and the USA, and thirdly, why it should simply just remain in the public's hands. Firstly, we need to talk about what the main goal of a business is. The main goal of a business is it's simply to make profit. Privatized firms are the same; they're businesses. So, privatized firms have the priority of wanting to pay their shareholders first rather than reinvesting into these services to improve the quality. Managers of privatized firms especially want to prioritize the shareholders, as those are the same people who employ them. Alongside this, you had previously mentioned the efficiency regarding privatization and how it actually makes services more efficient. But public services, such as public transport services, such as TfL, Transport for London, has proven more efficient than privatized transport services, such as, let's say, National Express or Stagecoach. In London, Londoners have the opportunity to get tube, train, and bus for a cheaper rate, and is quite frequent, the times of these services. In comparison to other areas of the country, let's say Peterborough, Leeds, where they have more privatized transport services than public ones. There's very little government regulation on transport in these places, which causes there to be an increase in overall cost for consumers, for us, as the costs are being split between various different private firms. To further support this, due to the lack of coordination between these firms, schedules can end up becoming disorientated rather than working in cohesion. This is a direct result of privatizing services. And yes, you can say that privatization might not be as efficient, but it makes services better. But I beg to differ, because what happens when too many jobs are under the control of privatized firms? I'll tell you what happens. Let's go to an example of a company known as Carillion, which declared bankruptcy in 2018. Once Carillion declared bankruptcy, it left 20,000 UK employees unsure of their future. The services that Carillion had bought into range from school meals to servicing half the prisons in the UK, which were actually mostly poor, as staff and both inmates testified that these services were sometimes, the environment they worked and lived in, were sometimes inhumane and squalid. Are these the better services that you're on about? If you think that this may be an outlier and that privatized firms do indeed improve the quality of these services, I can come up with another example. There's a company known as Serco, which was tasked with monitoring criminal offenders in the UK, they were then told to repay the UK government 68 million as they were incapable of doing their job. It was revealed later on that they had in fact not been monitoring these criminals, and at the same time, some of the criminals they claimed to be monitoring weren't even alive. And another example I can give you, do you remember the 2012 Olympics, which were just in London? So there was another company, a privatized firm once again, known as G4S, which had a £355 million contract with the UK government to provide the essential security needed for the Olympic Games. However, once again, another shortfall, as they ended up being 3,500 personnel short, leading the UK into calling in the army to provide the essential security needed. Are these the better and more efficient services you guys are on about? Thank you.